Well, ahoy there, cruisers. Welcome on board one of the biggest cruise ships in the world, Royal Caribbean's Oasis of the Seas. Join us as we take you on a full video tour of this megaship. We will go deck by deck, showing you all of the features, restaurants, bars and more. And along the way, we will give you our biggest tips and honest thoughts. So let's get started. We're here on deck 16, overlooking all of the pool decks. Now, she is absolutely blooming huge. First up, we've got the trio of water slides. They're called the Perfect Storm, and they are just fantastic. All complimentary, included in the price of your cruise, which is great to use as well, and they are lots and lots of fun. But just look at the sheer size of the ship.
Yeah, you can really get to see the scale of this ship because she is massive and it has multiple pool areas, which does help with the flow of people, and it does feel like there is enough pool space for everybody because this ship does hold a lot of people.
Now you'll see she's been completely revitalized in a massive multi-million dollar upgrade just a few years ago, just before the pandemic. So she looks really, really good. They've done such a fantastic job of keeping this ship updated, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. They've added splashes of colour to brighten it all up. You can see those cabanas as well. They've been added, but they are an extra charge and they're very expensive. We don't see the value in them, but if you do want to book one of these, you can book that on the cruise planner. Now we're coming up to the lime and the coconut. This is the poolside bars. These are always a lot of fun and they are very popular. I like to put my lime in the coconut and drink it all up.
Yeah, love a good cocktail up here. As you can see, there's plenty of sun lounges as well. Lots of hot tubs. There's actually, in this area, about 3 huge pools, and then you've got the kids' pool as well, which is fantastic. But look at the size of this hot tub. Beautiful. Isn't she just a magnificent ship? Here she's seen in Labadee, their private resort on the island of Haiti. But yeah, let's get back into the ship tour. So we're going to keep walking along this deck here. On the right, you've got the Perfect Storm water slides. And just ahead, you've got the suite only area. So this is for guests in Grand Suites and above, and also for Pinnacle members as well. So you've got to swipe your card to get into this little zone here. We'll go up these stairs and you'll just have a little look around of this area. It is really nice because it does get very, very busy on a full cruise, so it's nice to escape somewhere else when you're in a suite. But unfortunately, apart from a little bar, there really isn't much else. You can't really get food here. There's no hot tubs or pools, so it is quite an old-style suite area, not quite as good as the newer ships.
And one thing to mention is that it's not connected to the suite area, so it doesn't feel like a ship within a ship experience. You do have to leave that suite area to access this private suite deck.
But nevertheless, it is really nice. It's at the very front and the top of the ship, and all of the seats are very plush and comfortable, and there's a few little areas where you can hide away. Just look at the shower, guys. It's like a big circle with a nozzle on the top and the side, so it looks like something from Star Trek. But yeah, that is a shower. I'm not sure what you're going to be showering for, because there's no pool areas up here. But yeah, these little things on the left are little cabanas, and they are no extra charge, so it's just first come, first serve, and they are really nice, really private, especially if you want some shade to, say, just read a book and chill out, bring your Kindle, listen to some music. It is a nice, relaxing, private area. Now, if you haven't already watched our series on the Oasis of the Seas, they were just a few months ago on our YouTube channel. Take a look. We actually stayed in one of the Crown Loft Suites, and it really was a great experience. So go back and watch those videos. And if you're enjoying this video, please give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. It really does help us out. But yeah, we're just walking around this deck now. It is very quiet, guys, because we choose to do our ship tours very early in the morning, just so that there's not many people around. But you can see all of the sun lounges, and to be honest, this area was very, very quiet throughout our cruise. We had no problems getting a sun lounger or a sunbed, and like I said, it was nice to come somewhere a little bit quieter because this ship is absolutely huge. I know we'll keep saying it, but she is a mega ship to the max. She is the original, the OG Oasis class ship, so she has lots of sister ships following her, but yeah, she's the OG. She carries a massive 6,771 guests. Crazy. There's 2,100 international crew on board, 18 decks, 24 guest elevators. She's 215 feet wide and a massive 1,187 feet long. I mean, how crazy is that? Her first cruise was back in December 2009, and as we said just a few years ago, she had that massive makeover, which makes her look just as good as the newer ships. But yeah, she is a lovely ship. Anyway, we're going to head back down to those pool areas. We've got plenty more to show you.
So heading back down to the regular guest areas, we've got to descend the staircase back down to the bowels of the ship. I'm joking. From the suite area back down to the public area.
David, it's like Downton Abbey.
I know, upstairs, downstairs. Now we're heading to the forward of this ship and we're going to head towards the solarium area. Now this is the solarium, so it's not a completely enclosed solarium, but it does offer some shaded areas from the wind at the very front of the ship. Now we really like this space. It's very big, it has a lot of comfortable seating, different types of seating, and it's tiered as you slope down towards the front, offering great views from the front of the ship.
Yeah, so this is deck 16, so the upper deck of the solarium. We're going to look at deck 15 in just a few moments. But as you can see, like David said, a really nice space. Now, personally, we would have preferred an enclosed solarium just in case it was too hot or cold or windy. It would just mean that you could use this in any weather like some of the other ships. But it is a really nice space. And we do enjoy being here. There's a bar as well, so you can grab your favourite drink as well. And some lovely views all around. But yeah, it is a great ship. We've been on all of the Oasis class ships now, haven't we, David? And I have to say, for some reason, this was one of my favourites. Now, the Oasis class of ship isn't my favourite type of ship, just because you'll see a little bit later on, there isn't many windows around the ship, but for some reason, there was something about Oasis that I really liked. Was it the upgrade to the new colour scheme? I don't know, but it just felt really nice, didn't it? And we had a really wonderful cruise. So if you are booked on this ship, you are in for a treat, in my opinion, because it really is fabulous.
Yeah, really agree with what you just said there, Ben. There's lots of sort of little features on here that they took away from the newer ships, and we'll maybe point some of them out as we go around. Now we're heading back to that main pool area. We're just past the slides again, and as you can see, there is lots and lots of sunbeds and different types of seating as well around here. Just to point out, those little day beds on the side there, they're actually not an extra charge. They are first come first serve, so if you do want to grab yourself one of those comfortable beds, keep an eye out for them, because they're a great little spot.
Now the ship tour is going to be quite long, guys, so we do recommend grabbing a drink or something to keep yourself occupied, because she is really huge. We've only done deck 16 and it's taking us ages to walk around, but just look at this beautiful Caribbean weather. It was a gorgeous day when we filmed this, and she really does look beautiful in the sun, doesn't she?
Now, compared to the solarium area, the pool area does get quite noisy and lively. You'll often find entertainment around the pool during the day, such as a live band. They do dance classes, dance parties and things like that. It really is a lively, fun area compared to that solarium, which we'll go back to shortly, which is the quiet area.
Now you can see some of those cabanas that David was talking about, so they are an extra charge and they can be really expensive. But like David just mentioned as well, those little chairs, they're free, so just grab one of those nice and early. Our top tip would be to get there nice and early. Now if you want to make full use of this area and get loads of time on the slides and the hot tubs and for it to be a little bit quieter, we recommend using these areas on a port day because they are a lot quieter. So if you're planning to miss a port, say you've been there loads of times in the past or you just don't fancy getting off, these outdoor areas are a lot quieter and a lot more free, so they're fabulous to enjoy on those days if you want a top tip. Anyway, our nephews here would absolutely love the Splashaway Bay, located on deck 15, one deck down. It's a great area for little kids to splash and go on the slides. Oscar and Teddy just love these areas, don't they? They love splashing about and having fun, and we genuinely can't get them away from these areas, so it is a really great place for the little ones.
Yeah, and talking about the little ones, there is life vests available for them. They're complimentary, completely free of charge. You can just grab them by the pool.
And here on the left you can see the lower deck of the lime and the coconut bar. This bar has been added in the refit. You saw it upstairs, but there is a bar downstairs as well. We're now just approaching the main pool area. So this is where you're going to find two of the huge pools on either side. In the middle you'll see Central Park, which is really cool. So yeah, look at the pool. Really nice pool area, we have to say. Lots of shaded areas as well at each side and seating areas as well, which is great if you don't want to be in the sun all of the time. This is the beach pool, nice and big, always has a lifeguard there as well, which is great, keeping an eye on the little ones and those who can't swim as well. But yeah, a nice area, and we just love how open these ships are. We still can't get over how wide they are, guys. We go on a lot of cruise ships, and the Oasis class ship is like double the width of every other ship, so it's like having two ships in one. It really is a treat. Just on the left hand side you can see a big down bit. That's where you'll find Central Park, which is really nuts. So the whole Central Park area is in the middle of the ship and you can look down into it. We're going to take you on a full tour of that Central Park area, so stay tuned for that. Lots of hot tubs as well, which we like to see, don't we, David?
Yes, we do love our hot tubs, and we do find that Royal Caribbean really do have the most that you find out of all the different cruise lines. They really do put lots of hot tubs on their ships, which is lovely.
As we walk around, it really is a lovely day, guys, and you'll see lots and lots and lots of sun loungers. Now, as we approach the front of the ship to go back into the deck 15 area of the solarium, on either side you'll see two huge cantilevered whirlpools, and they even have TV screens, which are great. So these are hanging off the side of the ship and they are absolutely huge. There's one on each side, and they are a really fabulous place just to chill out and watch the world go by, especially when the ship is sailing, because you are off the side of the ship. You get some great views down the side. Anyway, let's head back into that solarium area. So the lower deck is where you'll find most of the features.
And the solarium is an adults only space, so this is for adults only. Now we're coming in on the left is the solarium bistro.
Yeah, so this is a little restaurant, guys, which is basically a buffet in the mornings and sometimes on an afternoon, and then sometimes it's actually a restaurant on an evening. But it's a great space if you don't want to go to the buffet in the mornings, because the main buffet, the Windjammer buffet, which we'll show you in a few minutes, is really busy in the morning. So this is a great alternative venue. Again, here in the solarium, lots of lovely sun loungers and great views across the front of the ship. And of course, you've got some lovely hot tubs as well. So 4 hot tubs in total, which is really nice to see as well. But it's a great place to come and relax if you are an adult. Sorry, I think I said 4 hot tubs. I meant 2 hot tubs and like a little pool area in the middle. But it is very, very nice. And this isn't something you've seen on all of the Oasis class ships. The design of the Oasis class ships has kind of changed through each kind of ship, but we really do like this one. I mean, isn't it just a lovely area to come and chill? Here you can see some seats just outside of the solarium bistro, so you can come and choose to eat al fresco for your breakfast, which is really nice as well. It's a great place to come and escape the crowds. Well, you can kind of escape the clouds, I guess, as well if you're in a solarium. But yeah, escaping those crowds, we like that. We like a nice quiet ship, don't we? So we're going to leave the solarium now here on deck 15 and go take a look at some of the other things on this deck and surrounding areas.
So we're heading back out into the main pool area, and here's another one of those cantilevered whirlpools. It's just a mirror reflection of what you'll find on the other side, with the beautiful views and of course those TVs as well. This was very popular, especially when they put sports on the TV, so you'd find lots of people cheering for their sports teams in the whirlpools.
Yeah, you did. It was really great. It's a great spot to come and relax. But as you can see on the other side, it's basically a mirror image. There's a different pool area. Again, plenty of sun loungers all around. You've got restrooms and toilets and things all around as well, so you don't have to head back into your cabin if you need a wee-wee.
Another thing to mention is that you'll find that you can check out pool towels. So you can see a towel station just there. You use your cruise card to get a pool towel, but you must make sure that you return it. Otherwise, you will be charged a $25 fee if you do not return it. I don't know why you'd want to steal them, guys. They're always quite, what's the word?
Rustic?
Ragged?
Ragged. Anyway, guys, you've got the main pool on this side. It basically is the same as the other side, just a little bit different theming. But yeah, it's a great big pool, which we like to see. One thing about the Oasis class ships is that there is no lack of pool areas, which we do love to see. I know we said there's lots of hot tubs, but there's lots of pools as well. So even though it is a big ship carrying almost 7,000 passengers, she does hold it very well, and it was no exception here on the Oasis of the Seas. As you can see ahead, something they added in the refit is some lovely big painted murals, which makes the ship look a little bit more vibrant, a little bit more modern and cool, and we do really like this. We don't like it when all of the walls are just white and boring and it looks like a ship. We like all of the colour. There's also another bar, the lime and coconut is on this side as well, which is really good, so there's plenty of room. And on the right hand side there's a smoking area as well for any smokers, so you come here and smoke on these tables just to the right.
And then we're heading up towards another pool, and this is the sports pool that we're coming up to just here. Again, a really lovely day and lots of sun loungers that are surrounding it.
If you look up into the distance as well, those big glass walls up there, guys, that's the suite only area, and we're going to be taking you into some of those areas as well to give you a little peek. But as you can see, it looks over the pool area and offers some great views. Oh, I need a drink, David. This is taking a while, isn't it? It is a huge area, guys. We can't go on about it enough. It is ridiculously big. Anyway, you've got the Paddy Sports Centre on the left where you can learn how to scuba dive as well on board, which is a bit crazy. It is an extra charge, that one. But we're just heading towards the back of the ship because that's only about half of the outdoor areas. She is blooming huge. On the left there you'll see some doors into some elevators which will take you up and down the ship, and we're entering a brand new venue here on Oasis of the Seas, added in that refit. So this is the Portside Barbecue. Now this is an extra pay specialty restaurant. It's kind of a quick serve restaurant where you can get all of your barbecue favourites and things like that. Now the food was really fantastic here, but it is unfortunate that it's an extra pay because on cruise lines like Carnival, their barbecue, which was better, is actually inclusive in the price of your cruise. So this is an extra charge, but it is a really nice restaurant, so I'm a little bit tied by whether or not to recommend it. But if you do like good barbecue food, we really did enjoy it. There's a seating area inside and just outside of the restaurant as well, so you can choose to eat in here or just out of the back area where you can eat al fresco.
So this is the seating area that Ben just mentioned, where you can get your rootin' tootin' barbecue. That's my terrible American accent, sorry.
Oh, geez, David. Anyway, we're at the back of the ship now. We're looking down to the lovely boardwalk area, which we'll show you around in a little bit. But this is the Oasis Dunes mini golf course. And again, this is included in the price of your cruise. And it's a lovely mini golf course. It really is fantastic. And it was always very quiet. We do recommend doing this on a port day, however, because when you're at sea, if there is a little bit of movement, it can kind of change the direction of your balls.
Excuses. That was your excuse for when I won you at the mini golf, Ben.
But we were moving, so it is all fair, guys. Just do it when it's in a port. It's a lot easier. But this is a really nice, expansive space at the back of the ship. We're just walking towards the very back now. Just on the left, you'll be looking down to the boardwalk area, like we said, with that big Oasis of the Sea sign, which is lovely.
And then we're also coming up to the flow rider. So just up these stairs here, you'll find one of two flow riders, and these are the surf simulators. They're a lot of fun. Their open sessions are complimentary, so they're included in the price of your cruise, but you can pay extra for longer sessions.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun, guys. It's quite scary at first, but once you've had a go and you try to stand up, it is a lot of fun. Anyway, one thing that's been added to the Oasis of the Seas that wasn't here before is the Ultimate Abyss dry slide. Now this is a 10-deck slide which goes all the way from the top of the ship all the way down to the boardwalk area. Again, we'll show you that in a little while, but it's a fantastic thing to do, and it's free as well. It's included in the price of your cruise. Now on the other side, you've also got another of the amazing floor riders. Now this is something that Royal Caribbean is taking away on their newer ships, just placing one on Icon of the Seas, and they are very popular, so they are a great thing that there's two of them on board. You've also got the sports court just ahead as well. This is an area where you can play football, soccer, basketball, baseball, tennis, badminton, whatever other sports there is.
Pickled balls?
Pickled balls? That's not right, is it, David? Anyway, left-hand side again, you're looking down to some of the cabins on the boardwalk, and you can see the lovely zip line as well, which is included in the price of your cruise as well. You can book that on the app once you're on board. Now, just behind that sports court, you're coming in to the lovely Mexican El Loco Fresh. Now, this is a complimentary Mexican place, and they serve lots of goodies, don't they, David?
Yeah, so here you'll find pretty standard Mexican fare. So you've got your tacos, your wraps, and your nachos and things like that.
Are you struggling to think of Mexican things?
I was struggling to think of Mexican food off the top of my head, but it's a great quick service option. If you're around the pool area, you just want to grab something quick and easy. And they have all the toppings as well. They have a toppings bar so you can pop all your salsas and your cheese on and things like that.
Now, can you believe we're still on deck Blummin' 15, guys? Like I said, this is no small ship. You can get some proper exercise on here. If you do start to feel a little bit seasick, get yourself outside into the open areas. Anyway, we've came up to deck 17. Like I promised, we're going to have a look at that suite-only area. So this is just for people in grand suites and above, as well as Pinnacle members on the loyalty scheme. Now, this is the suite lounge. There's a lovely bar, lots of lovely comfortable seating areas, and those big windows. Now, they are to die for. You know that we like a big lovely cruise window with great views, and this one is no exception. You also have a little dining area as well, where you can get sweets and treats throughout the day, so like breakfast pastries and light bites, and then throughout the day you'll find hors d'oeuvres and canapes, and there's a drinks machine and a coffee machine, which is fantastic. We love to see that there's a coffee machine. Some of the suites that we've done recently don't have a coffee machine in the suite area, which is a big no-no for us, because we love our bloomin' coffee.
Yeah, so this is the suite area, like Ben said, and they do offer a cocktail hour during the day, and you can also access your guest services here. So there is two lovely crew members who are able to assist you with any bookings or any issues that you have. So like I said, there is the bar just there, and they do some cocktail hours where you can get your cocktails all included.
Now, this is the restaurant, so the Coastal Kitchen and Restaurant. Again, only for those suite guests, as well as junior suites can access this if they have a reservation, and Pinnacle guests as well. Now let's head back down to deck 16 to take a look at the Windjammer Marketplace. Now this is located just under that suite area. Now this is the buffet on board, open for breakfast, lunch and dinner every single day, and it is absolutely bloomin' gigantic. There's lots of stations offering lots of different types of food. Now, like we said, yes, it can get very, very busy, especially in the mornings. If you want it to be a little bit quieter, go there nice and early or towards the end. There's drink stations in here as well, offering complimentary drinks such as tea, coffee, juices, waters, that kind of thing. Lots of food on offer though, guys. It's a plethora of food, so if you are a fussy eater, this might be the place for you.
But as Ben said, do be prepared because it does get busy. It can be a little bit like feeding time frenzy, especially at the busy times of the day. One thing we noticed as well, they actually had mobile bar stations. These are new, we've not seen these before, so they're serving drinks that you can purchase or use your drinks package for.
This is one of the few venues across the ship where you have some lovely windows as well, so we really do appreciate it. It's been saved for the buffet. But yeah, lots and lots of windows all around the ship. It's kind of almost a 270 degree window wall, which we really like to see. As you can see, Very, very large, lots of seating areas. For some reason, Royal Caribbean keep closing half of the buffet on an evening, even when it's busy, so that is a little bit annoying. So often on an evening, you'll only find half the buffet open, so they'll completely close down one side, which can be a little bit irritating because you can find it hard to find a seat. But yeah, it is a lovely big space. We never really had any problems finding seats, guys, even when it was busy, just because it is so huge. But if you are far away from the actual buffet areas, it can be like a 10-15 minute walk back to your seat, so all your food will be cold. So try and grab a good seat here.
Within the buffet, you'll find Coke freestyle machines, and you can use your Coca-Cola cups that you'll be given if you do purchase a drinks package.
The lifts have also been given a makeover as well, with some lovely digital touch screens, and you get some great views as you go up and down the ship. It really is a marvellous ship. Anyway, mid-ship, just in the middle decks, you'll find a little card room where you can come and play cards, and there's some computers for use as well. All around the ship you'll find these digital screens as well, which will give you information about where you are, the temperature, what time you should be back on the ship, all of that information. You can also find all of the information like that on your app as well. We definitely recommend downloading the Royal Caribbean app, booking everything that you like, so your food, your dining, your entertainment, just so you're not disappointed when you get on board the ship. Now across decks 8 and 9 you'll find the newly updated music hall. Now this is a dual level venue with some great views onto the boardwalk at the back there. You'll usually find things like trivia, big bands, game shows and things take place in here. There's a couple of bars as well, and it is a really great space if you fancy a little bit of a boogie or a bit of a disco. We do love this space and it is really nice. You've also got lots of screens and things at the back as well, so I'm not sure if they show sports and things here as well. We will be visiting the official sports bar in a little bit, but yeah, it is a nice little space with lots of seating areas and places just to relax and take in the world. You get to see some of the scale here of the ship. It is pretty insane when you look up and down. Anyway, you've got the Azumi Hibachi Bar and Grill, which is the Japanese extra pace specialty restaurant. Half of it is like a teppanyaki, so you're given like a little show, and half of it's like a sushi restaurant. Now you do have to book to come here, and like I said, it does cost extra, so make sure you book all of that if you fancy doing it on board the ship.
Now we're going to head out to the Central Park area. Now this is a real life park on a cruise ship. Yep, you heard me right. Here on deck 8, it has real trees, real plants, and it does feel like you're in a beautiful park. It's pretty mind-boggling when you think about it. You can be in the middle of the ocean while strolling through a park. They even pump through the sounds of nature, of birds and crickets to give you that atmosphere.
Now this is vintages. This is the onboard. It's the onboard wine bar. So you can come here for a cheeky glass of Pinot Grigio or Sauvignon Blanc or Sauvignon whatever. But yeah, it's all an extra charge obviously. But you get some pretty crazy views in here, guys. You do forget you're on a cruise ship sometimes, which is pretty nuts. It is a magnificent area and we really do like the Central Park. Whoever thought of this is pretty much bonkers. I mean, how can you have all of these real trees in a salty environment, if you know what I mean? So next up we have Giovanni's Table. Now this is the Italian restaurant on board and we really do enjoy it here. We think it's so much better than Jamie's Italian restaurant. It's Royal Caribbean's own Italian restaurant. It is an extra pay. It's another one of those specialty dining restaurants, so do expect to pay if you want to come on here. There's several things you can buy, like an unlimited dining package, or you can buy like a 3 dining package package kind of thing before you go on board the ship if you want to save a little bit of money. But yeah, this area is lovely. Lots of flowers, lots of trees and plants. You often have live music out here, so things like guitar players and violinists, and it really is a lovely, relaxing space. And with those birds and things piped through, it is quite an unusual space to be. There's lots of shops around this area as well, mainly premium shops, and we're coming up to one of our favourite areas now. It's called Park Cafe. Now, this is a quick service area, which we mainly use for breakfast and lunches. It's definitely a better alternative to the buffet if you want a nice, quiet space to eat. It offers some great food, like a little buffet selection, a salad selection, some sandwiches and cakes and things like that.
And it also has a coffee bar in here as well, which is great if you want specialty coffee, so extra charge coffee options that some of the newer ships don't even have, so a great little extra.
And like I said, it's just so much quieter than the buffet. We recommend coming here on boarding day. So as soon as you get on the ship, instead of heading up to the hectic chaos that is the buffet, head here instead and enjoy a lovely, nice meal to start off your cruise. There's no better location on the ship to do that, so we definitely recommend this for you guys.
As you can see, they've got some great grab and go options as well. So if you don't want to sit down, if you do want to grab something and take it elsewhere on the ship, you can do that here.
There's also complimentary drink options as well, like juices, water, teas and coffee, so you don't have to pay for it here at the drink station. But if you do have a drinks package, go wild. The staff are so lovely as well. We've got to say the crew on board the ship were wonderful. Now I just love this. Walking through a lovely little trellis area is just absolutely gorgeous. It looks like bloomin' France or something, doesn't it, guys? It's absolutely nuts. Talking about trellises, straight ahead we have the Trellis Bar. Now this is one of our favourite bars on board the ship. It's such a lovely area at sunset on an evening to come and enjoy a pre-dinner drink. It's just a gorgeous space and we absolutely love it. You'll always find us hanging out here. It is one of our favourite spots on board the ship. Now that little glass structure just to the right is the bar, which actually moves up and down from the Royal Promenade area, which we'll show you in a little bit, up to here on the Central Park, which is pretty nuts, isn't it? It's a moving bar. It's called the Rising Tide Bar. What a lovely pun.
Now we're coming up to another extra pay specialty restaurant. This is 150 Central Park. This is an upscale restaurant with some really tasty food actually, but you can see here it's a little bit more formal, great for a date night or something.
Yeah, it's like California style, Mediterranean style food, and it is very nice, guys. We've got to say we do like enjoying a meal here. I love the windows as well that go onto the Central Park. You do feel like you're on like a bougie restaurant on land, like in New York or somewhere. It is really lovely. But yeah, extra charge again. There are a lot of extra charge restaurants on board, but fear not, there are lots of complimentary included in the cost of your cruise dining areas as well. These are just all optional. Anyway, let's keep walking around the lovely Central Park area. It's quite windy on this day. Now, one thing that I really did like is that they put lots of lights out, so lots of fairy lights everywhere and lovely little hanging lights. It's not something we saw on the other Oasis class ships, but it was really lovely here on Oasis of the Seas. Now, coming up on the left-hand side is Chop's Grill, yet another of those extra charge specialty restaurants. This is the American style steakhouse restaurant. Now the food here really is exceptional. It is very good usually. And again, those lovely windows in the restaurant looking out into the Central Park do make it feel very, very nice indeed.
Now, as you just mentioned there, Ben, you do feel like you're on a land-based restaurant, which some people don't like because it does at times feel like you're not on a cruise ship, and you can forget that you're on a cruise ship because there is a lack of views to the ocean, especially along this Central Park area.
Yeah, that's really our only problem with this ship is the lack of sea views. Here you can see some of the actual cabins, balcony cabins that face inwards onto Central Park. There are ocean view cabins that face in to the Central Park area as well, so it doesn't really make them ocean views. But yeah, it is a big problem here on the ship. Not many sea views going forward, as you will see. It's something that they did fix on their brand new ship, Icon of the Seas. Go check out that tour on our channel as well. Anyway, let's head out to the back to the boardwalk.
Now we're on deck 6, so we're not on the same deck as the Central Park, which is on deck 8, and we've came to the boardwalk. Before we came on this type of ship, we thought that they were connected, but they're not, they're on different decks. This area is a more fun and family-friendly area than the Central Park, which is more relaxing and grown up. And first up, you've got the dog house. This serves hot dogs and treats, and these are all included, so it's complimentary, included in the cost of your cruise. And then we've also got Playmakers, which is the onboard sports bar showing sports, and it also has food that you can purchase as well.
So in the middle of the boardwalk, you've got the carousel. Now this is also complimentary. When we say complimentary, we mean included in the price of your cruise, so the price you've already paid. It's nice to see that it is free to use whilst on board. And it does remind me of a fun fair area, so going to the beach or the boardwalk when you were a kid, and it really is a lovely thing to see. Again, you'll see cabins above as well, which look into this area as well. So they're sold as balcony cabins, but with an interior view. Now this is the Sugar Beach Hut. So this is kind of like a sweet shop, so you can buy sweets on here for an extra charge. Nothing's included in here. And just swinging back around to the other side of the boardwalk, we'll go have a look inside Playmakers now. As David said, you can buy food. None of the food is included in here, so it is an extra pay as well. We do really like the food in here, but yes, again, it's a shame that it is an extra pay because this ship is full of extra pay things. So do bear that in mind if you're going on to this cruise, if you want to save extra to be able to pay to do a few of these restaurants and do other things. But again, lots and lots of screens. These areas are really busy on sports days, so when there's lots of big games going off, you'll find lots of people come here and they will be jam-packed.
You can actually find a list of what sports they will be showing in any of the big games on the tables around Playmakers. They do publish a list, so you'll get to know when they're going to be doing those big events. And here you can see the bottom of the Ultimate Abyss slide. So when you enter that mouth at the top of the ship, this is where it spits you out.
It is really fun and it isn't too scary really, so do try it out. It is a great thing to do. Just opposite Playmakers, you've got Johnny Rockets. Now this is an extra pay restaurant for lunch and dinner, but fun fact, you can come and get a complimentary included in the price of your cruise breakfast. So it's a great place to come for breakfast, and it's not as busy as other places on board. But yeah, American favourites, things like burgers, shakes, all of that sort of stuff you'll find in here. But again, an extra charge again. We're seeing it a lot, guys. I mean, this is the thing with cruising now. You've got to bear all of these extra costs into mind when booking a cruise. This ship certainly isn't unique. All ships now are like this. There's very few big cruise lines where everything's included now. Anyway, another look at that Ultimate Abyss. Just look how big it is. This was added in that refit as well. So this area used to be blank. There was nothing there before, so she really does look a lot better with that there. And it's great to see lots of things being added. There's lots of little kid play areas and climbing walls and things like that around this area as well, which is great. And we're going to the very back of the ship for the Aqua Theatre.
Now, this is a huge outdoor theatre that has an incredible show of acrobatics, divers, stunt performers. Honestly, the show is jaw-dropping, and the one on this ship was our favourite out of all of them that we have seen.
Yeah, it was 80s themed and it's a must see. You'll also find the climbing wall out here as well. This is included in the price of your cruise as well. It's open at certain times throughout the cruise. You'll find all information about the times of things opening in your cruise planner, which is a paper thing left in your cabin, or on the app as well. But it's a lovely big ship and a lovely big space at the back of the ship where you can watch some outdoor shows. Oof, that's a long way down, isn't it? We'll just take a few looks at some of the different areas on the boardwalk, and then we'll go back inside to show you some other areas. There's still plenty to see, so stay tuned.
Okay, heading back inside, we are now coming up to the main heart of the ship, and that is the Royal Promenade.
So yes, we're on deck 6, so the upper level of the Royal Promenade. This is over 2 decks. Now on the left hand side you've got the next cruise desk. This is where you can book all of your future cruises, and this will take us into the schooner bar. So this is the kind of traditional maritime themed bar, and it is a really lovely area. It looks across the whole promenade as well. There's often a piano player here. You'll often find lots of trivia takes place here as well, but it is a really nice bar and one of our favourite haunts on board.
Yeah, we just love all the big comfortable seats and grabbing a drink and listening to the piano player. They have some great whiskies and bourbons here. Really lovely place.
So as you can see, it looks across the whole of the promenade, which is really nice. And just coming up on the right hand side, you've got that rising tide bar. Now this is where it goes up and down, which is pretty cool.
And one thing we liked about this one was that it also doubled up as a water fountain.
It did. Anyway, on the other side, you've got the Shore Excursions desk. Then you've got the Focus Photo Gallery as well. So this is the area where you come and check out your photos. It's all digital now, which is really good to see as well. But it is an extra charge. So if you do want to have your photo taken by some of the ship's photographers, they're always all around the ship. When you get on and off at meal times, at certain places throughout the ship, they have setups. It is an extra charge though, but you can look at your photos on your app as well and choose to buy them or not. They are quite pricey, so we recommend bringing your own camera.
Now we're coming back up to the main promenade area, and often you will find live entertainment along the promenade. They usually have a live band just across from here, so there is lots of live entertainment. They also have like dance classes and parties, themed parties, so at times it can get noisy and quite busy along here.
We're just going to take a lovely little stroll down these nice stairs onto deck 5. So this is the lower level of the Royal Promenade, and it really is the heart of the ship. It's kind of the hub, the central area. As well as that entertainment that David's talking about, you'll also find big dance parties here. So like a 70s, 80s night, which is really cool. Lots of people come out and there's dancing and singing, and there's also a parade as well, the Anchors Away parade, which is really good as well. And just coming up ahead, you've got one of the most famous things here on an Oasis class ship. You've got the Bionic Bar. Yes, you heard me right. It's a bar with robot bartenders. Now, if you do have a drinks package, it's actually included, which is really fantastic, because on MSC, another cruise line which has a robotic bartender, it's an extra charge. But if you do have a drinks package, it's included. But if you don't, you have to pay per drink, and it's quite pricey, obviously, guys. So save money and buy a drinks package if you drink a lot.
And you can see two little desks here. One of them is the internet help desk and another one is for port shopping.
Yes, if you've got any problems connecting to that Wi-Fi, Oasis of the Seas has been upgraded using the new Starlink Wi-Fi technology, and it is really good. The Wi-Fi in general was very strong. We had no problems downloading things, watching Netflix, but again, it is an extra charge and it's quite pricey. Now, coming up on the left-hand side, you've got the guest services desk. So if you have any problems on board, pop down here and ask a question. Now, it does get really busy on the last day of the cruise. So if you've got anything to sort out before you leave the ship on your final day, do it early because it gets very busy with long lines.
Now we're coming up to Cafe Promenade. This is a really popular spot and it does get busy, especially in the mornings when people are waiting for coffee, because this is where you can get extra charge coffee, and they also have complimentary free coffee as well. Plus they also have a selection of free complimentary snacks. So they have breakfasty bits at breakfast and then sandwiches and salads during the day.
So we're just taking a look at that rising tide bar with those lovely waterfalls. Now, the waterfalls aren't on many other ships apart from Allure of the Seas. After that ship, they got rid of them, so I think there might have been a maintenance nightmare. Anyway, let's walk right down the middle of the promenade. On your right-hand side, you've got Sorrento's Pizza. Now, this is the complimentary included in the price of your cruise pizzeria, and this is open basically all of the time. You can grab some fresh pizza slices. They also have some little Italian style aperitifs and snacks and things like that. You'll also find some more of those Coca-Cola freestyle machines. If you do have the refreshment package, you can go and make your own drinks to your heart content. There's lots and lots of options, lots of Coke products, Fantas, Sprites. And on the opposite side, you've got the British style pub. So this one's called the Crown. Oh, no, it's not. It's called the Globe and the Atlas. I need to get my eyes checked, David. The Globe and the Atlas, and doesn't it look authentic? Doesn't it feel very British?
I feel like I'm at home and I can already smell the Yorkshire puddings. Yeah, this is a great...
They don't serve food in here, David. It's just drinks.
Yeah, but, Britain, the whole of the UK smells like Yorkshire puddings, Ben. Did you not know that?
I absolutely did not, David. That's news to me.
Anyway, they have lots of beers in there, a great wide selection of beers, and they have live music as well. It is quite small, but I do think that adds to the atmosphere because it can get quite crowded in there.
As we walk further down the Royal Promenade, you'll find lots of shops. There's shops in the middle, shops on the outside, including things like buying perfumes, alcohol, cigarettes, tobacco, merch shop as well with lots of things like that. And yeah, obviously it's all extra pay. Nothing's included in there. Wouldn't it be lovely if the shops were all free? It'd be great, wouldn't it? Everybody would want a cruise. Anyway, we're coming into the Spotlight Karaoke Bar. Now here you'll find the majority of trivia takes place here, which is a bit of a shame because it is quite a small venue. It's always a very busy venue. We love coming here. It does feel like a nice venue. Obviously the name, karaoke, you'll find karaoke here as well. And there's a bar as well to grab your drinks.
But yeah, as Ben said, it's just far too small, and especially for the really popular trivias where you could not get a seat and you really had to turn up about 30 minutes early just to get a spot.
We're almost there, guys, I promise. This is almost it. We're getting towards the end of the ship tour now, but there are a few more things coming up. Just on the right-hand side, you'll see the Starbucks. Now, this is all an extra charge. Even if you have a drinks package, that's not included. And just ahead, you've got the Bolero's bar. Now, this is kind of a Latin-themed bar. Again, quite small. You can do some dancing here. There's live music, often trivia as well. And, of course, another bar.
But similar to the karaoke bar, if there is trivia in here, make sure you turn up early because it was very popular and you will not get a seat unless you're here nice and early. So if you've made it this far and you still haven't hit that like button or subscribe to the channel, why not do that now?
We're just going to swing past Starbucks again. As you can see, they've also got snacks as well, which are an extra charge as well. It makes no sense to me, guys, because the snacks here are far less superior than the ones in Cafe Promenade where they are complimentary. So save yourself for that. But if you are desperate for a Starbucks, come grab it here. What's great about the Starbucks, the one thing is that they have the mugs. So the Been There mugs, so you can get actual mugs saying Oasis of the Seas, which is pretty cool. Now, we're going to go down another deck to the entertainment place. So this is going to be going down to deck 4, and you'll find some of the biggest entertainment venues down here. So let's head down and have a look, shall we?
Down the glittery staircase. It's not quite Swarovski. I can't say it.
Swarovski. It's not quite MSC Swarovski staircases, is it? But they are quite glittery and lovely.
So down here, they set this up as sort of an art gallery area at times of the day and try and entice you to buy some artwork. Again, all an extra charge.
Now, something unique is an actual casino that's non-smoking. So they have a full non-smoking Casino Royale area, which is really nice to see. So if you don't like to smoke but do like to gamble, come here because it's great. Lots of cruise ships, even the newer ones, still are all open smoking areas. And for somebody with asthma like me, it's not great. Anyway, we're headed to the other side to the Blaze Comedy Lounge Club. It's an area for comedy, really. It is quite small, and we do recommend booking early if you want to see a comedian on board the ship using the app or the cruise planner, because it does sell out very, very quickly indeed, and the comedians on board are very funny. Well, I'd hope so. It's kind of their job, isn't it?
If you're unable to get a booking though, they do offer standby where you can queue and wait just before the show starts for any slots available. Oh, look at that very handsome fellow there in the black hat.
This is the Diamond Lounge, or the Diamond Club as it's called now. This is for people on the loyalty scheme who are Diamond members and above. Now, unfortunately, there are no windows in here, so it's a bit of a strange space, but what there is canapes and things throughout the day for breakfast, lunch and dinner, as well as a complimentary coffee machine as well. So anybody, it's out of order, so that's unfortunate, but you can still get a free coffee elsewhere if it is broken. One of the biggest venues on board, of course, is the Studio B. Now, this is the centre ice rink. So it's an ice rink. Yes, an ice rink on a blooming cruise ship. It's crazy. You get some great ice shows in here as well. They are definitely a must-see. And it also converts into kind of a laser quest, laser arena as well, which is complimentary.
Now we're coming up to the Royal Theatre. This is the main theatre on board, and it's absolutely huge. It goes over 2 levels, and it's one of the biggest that we've seen at sea. You get some full-length productions in here, and on here it is Cats.
Cats the musical off of Andrew Lloyd Webber. Not a favourite with a lot of people, but I bloomin' love it. Some people hate it, guys. I think it's a great musical. Anyway,
it's terrible.
No, it's great. Ignore him. Anyway, let's go back and have a look at the full casino. So this is the full smoking casino. Again, it's huge. You'll have everything that you need. Lots of tables and things and machines that light up and make noises. And yeah, you can smoke in here. So that's the Casino Royal. You're welcome.
On a side note, we're going to start a separate YouTube channel where we review casinos, because Ben's fabulous description there was exactly what the world needs.
We don't usually spend much time in the casino. Anyway, let's head back to one of the final venues on board. It's the main dining rooms, because there's kind of 3 of them. It's over 3 different levels at the very back of the ship. And it is a really nice space, guys. The dining rooms are very grand, located on decks 3, 4 and 5. Now, you're probably wondering why there's 3 different levels of dining here on board. Well, one of them will be reserved for my time dining. This is where you have the flexible type dining, and some of the other decks will be reserved for traditional set time dining, where you come at the same time every day. Now, if you do select the my time flexible dining, we still do highly recommend you make a reservation so you don't have to wait. Anyway, the last place is called the Gym, or the Gym as we like to call it, somewhere where we don't quite frequent very often, but it's blooming huge, guys. Lots of machines, cardios and things like that. That's the ship. We want to thank you so much for watching our ship tour of the wonderful Oasis of the Seas. It has been a long ship tour and we hope you've enjoyed it.
Big thank you to our patrons as well for all your support. If you'd like to join us on Patreon, you get extra benefits like behind the scenes videos. We do a monthly Zoom chat and we upload all our videos nice and early, advert free.
So, I guess that's it till next time. Happy cruising!